Hello, a very good evening to one and all. Today's class we will be discussing about the basics, the introduction for translation. Translation. An introduction. Well, my dear friends, by definition, translation is polymerization of amino acids. Where does it take place? Yes, the location is cytoplasm. Now, why is it called as translation? This is the question. In order to understand this, let us go back to the central dogma of molecular biology. According to the central dogma, the flow of information is from DNA to RNA and RNA to the polypeptide chain or the protein. So, friends, we all know that the genetic information is stored by the DNA and this DNA lies in the nucleus. Now, this genetic information is copied by the RNA This piece of RNA comes out into the cytoplasm where it directs the synthesis of the polypeptide chain, right. So, here the conversion of the information from DNA to RNA is called as transcription. Whereas, the conversion of the information from RNA to a protein or the polypeptide chain is known as translation. Now, if we want to understand why it got two different names, the transcription and the translation. So, what is your DNA made up of? Yes, the DNA is made up of, DNA is a polymer of deoxynucleotides, while RNA is made up of, yes, RNA is also a polymer of nucleotides, but it is ribonucleotides, right. So, here during the process of transcription, if you carefully observe, the polymer of deoxynucleotides is being converted to a polymer of ribonucleotides, and this is called as transcription. Whereas, what happens in translation? In translation, a copy of mRNA is converted to a copy of polypeptide chain. That means, your polypeptide chain, the protein, is a polymer of amino acids. So, apparently you can see the difference here. The ribonucleotides polymer is being converted to amino acids. There is a translation of the language of nucleotides is converted into the language of amino acids, and that is the reason this process is named as translation. Okay. The location of transcription is in the nucleus, whereas the location of translation is in the cytoplasm. So, overall, the information that is located in the DNA, the genetic information that is coded by the DNA is copied by the RNA, and this piece of RNA travels into cytoplasm from the nucleus where it represents the genetic information. Now, this genetic information is successfully converted into a polypeptide chain.